almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to Talking Horses. Sunday, July 18th, day number 4 at Saratoga. We got lucky with the rain yesterday. Not so lucky with it last night into today. A little bit of a rainy day today, but that's the way things go sometimes. Still a terrific card today, a 10-race card. My co-host Anthony Stabile and I will be talking about it in just a moment here on Talking Horses. Head over to Naira Bets. By the way, Talking Horse presented by Saratoga Water. We appreciate their support. Always. If you're not a member of Naira Bets, head on over to nairabets.com and use the promo code SPA200. Sign up now, and we will match up to $200 of your initial deposit. We have a 4,000 pick 6 hit and split. Hit the Saratoga or Del Mar pick 6. Split a share of $1,000. Hit both and split an extra $2,000. So I guess it's 1,000 Del Mar, 1,000 Saratoga, and 2,000 and 1, 1, and 2. Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong. That adds up to 4.
Yes, it does.
To opt in to play that, by the way, you have to use that opt-in button on Naira Bets. The low roller contest, you got to love these, every Thursday and Sunday over in the carousel. 4-Star Dave, you know, it's now the 4-Star Dave. Outside the 4-Star Dave, you register before the first race. $40 buy-in, $30 is to your bankroll, live money, and $10 towards the prize pool. Look for the guy who looks like Silent Bob. Find him, sign up for the low roller tournament, head on over. By the way, the races today will be shown on, I want to say FS2 from 1 to 1:30. I know. 1:30 to 3 on FS1. Back on FS2 from 3 to 5. Will not be on the last few races. They will be on SNY as well as other regionals, or you can watch on YouTube.
Wonder if any horse is going to blow a 6-length lead in the stretch like the Mets blew on, like the Mets blew last night, a 6-run lead.
It happens. Horses blow 6-length leads. Teams blow 6-run leads. It happens in life, Anthony. Get over it.
I know, Andy. I know.
You okay?
I
want
know.
a hug?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm good.
Do you need a hug? Because Johnny will come over. I'm not hugging, but he'll.
Me and Johnny spent an awful lot of time together yesterday.
Big night covering those Meadowlands races here in the tent. Oh, we got activity 24/7 here in Saratoga. Race number 1, 10-race card, kicks off the early pick 5. Okay, here's the thing, Anth. You turned on your friend Eddie Barker. How do you think poor Eddie?
Does he like this horse?
I don't know. But you picked him.
Of course he likes this horse. He likes every
I'm
horse.
sorry. Does he like him? Yes, Eddie likes every horse he has. And we'll discuss him in a moment. But right now, let's discuss the Todd Pletcher horse that you opted to. By the way, and I picked this horse second to pick the 7 anyway.
Yep.
But I actually talked to him this morning and said the workout reports are not great on Mischief Mogul.
Okay.
He's going to win, not going to win. But
right.
Be interesting to see how he gets bet. He's short now, but.
I would be, and I know I split the firsters up here, but I would be very surprised if one of the 2 firsters did not win this race, simply for the fact that I did not like what I have seen.
What if they can't run,
any of the well, I mean, I would think they'd have to be very very slow.
I don't think a 3 is impossible. He's a speed.
I didn't say impossible, but it's very hard for me to imagine.
But you have the 3 second, though.
I do, because
you're contradicting yourself already.
No, that's not necessarily true. I don't trust the Barker first-time starter. I trust the Todd first-time starter. I don't trust the Barker
are you listening to this, Eddie?
Hold on a second.
See what's happened? Eddie gave me one ride to the subway back at Belmont, and now I'm his friend, and you've turned on.
At the very least, Silver Samurai showed speed in his debut. So, yes, just
Well,
because
you
I don't
started
think
out by saying you thought a firster would win, and now
I do.
you're giving a case
No,
why
no,
you
what
want
I'm
the 3 over the
saying is-
7,
what
which
I'm
is
saying
fine.
is, I think Todd's horse is going to win this race. I think the 5's going to win.
Okay. So does the public right now. I like the 7, Shipsational. By the way, I guess we'll show the workout for Shipsational in quite a second. 20 and 4/5. It's a lot of turf pedigree and not much dirt. But this horse worked well. Midshipman is a real under-the-radar sire. I think this is a very nice workout, 20 and 4 for this horse. You know what? $210,000. It's a lot to pay for a midshipman. So obviously there were other people that wanted this horse. I'm going to take this horse. I prefer the 7. Shipsational. Say anything else about Mischief Mogul. Obviously it's into Mischief, and he's tremendous, tremendous sire. Do you notice where the dam used to race?
No.
Zia Park. She had one foal that couldn't run at all. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a little skeptical.
Have at it, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Eddie, I got your back. This guy,
I will fully admit
He's a
these
fair
are
weather
your
friend.
these are your kind of days. You excel on these
miserable
days.
people on miserable days.
No, you excel on these wet track days.
Everybody has to do something well. So far, I'm not doing anything well up here.
I play whack-a-mole. I mean, we all have our own little
Race
niche.
number 2 off the turf. What'd you do?
I went to Mythical Man for Al Stahl and Joel Rosario.
Okay.
That's what I did. This horse dropping in for a tag for the first time, which when you combine the off-the-turf aspect of the race with the fact that this horse in for a tag for the first time, this horse ran on turf just once and has had a steady diet of dirt races. I don't know where he is destined to find his way in his career. I know his last race makes him real
Make him
competitive.
very tough here.
Yeah, and
His
he's-
prior races don't give him any chance
No,
whatsoever.
but the last 2 races were since he was gelded.
But his race 2 back wasn't
last year.
good.
No, well, he also went a mile and a quarter off of a 6-month break. So I'm not going to actually, I'm not going to exactly hold that race against him.
Okay.
And now he's, in an off the turf race. He's got some foundation. This race goes to a mile and an eighth, by the way. Off
For
the turf
people that
goes
are
to a mile and an
confused
eighth.
about the turf races
Yes.
and the distances, it really isn't confusing. All mile race, 5.5s become 5.5. We can't run a mile at Saratoga here. Miles all go to 7 furlongs. Every one, no exception. Mile and a 16th for 2-year-olds go to 7 furlongs. Mile and a 16th for 3 and up, 3 or any year, or a mile and an eighth. I know it's a little bit, it's not that confusing.
It's not that bad.
Right.
No, it's not that
This will be a mile and an eighth. I hear you. I don't want to bet a horse off one number. Thought this horse broke a little slow last time. Had a fairly decent
You
trip.
don't have this horse anywhere?
Well, I had him 5th, if it makes you feel better.
Wow.
Why am I supposed to have this horse? I mean, I guess he could win. I'm not.
I mean, doesn't his last race put him right in the winner's circle?
It makes him one of the major players in here. I don't know if it puts him in the winner's circle, but it certainly makes him a major player in here. The only thing the horse who beat him did the other day was run enough to win 2 lunches for me against you.
And that horse has some distance issues. I don't think that horse is much of a distance horse.
This horse, he wasn't competitive at a mile. That horse just wasn't good enough. I'm a little circumspect of that figure. I thought it was a little bit in the high side when I looked at it the first time.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if it's a little bit high side here. He could win. I'm not on a crusade against anybody in here. I like the 3 Abdan off the claim for Robertino Diodoro. I thought he was more of a true dirt horse. I know his figs are a little on the light side relative to that last number, but you take that out, and everybody here is sort of in a level playing field. The 3 Group Hug to me. 7 Group Hug looks like a very logical horse for Mike Maker. Actually, thought he was more interesting in the turf. His turf race wasn't that bad, but he makes sense. But he also comes out of the same race as your horse.
Out of the business model race, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I'm going to go to Abdan off the claim for Robertino Diodoro. It just feels like that horse has speed. He's supposed to be forward, probably in front in this race.
Save Mystical Man. You and I kind of, Abdan obviously don't go by the morning line. Abdan's a dirt horse. He's going to be.
I think Bold Victory should be respected in here. Let's take a look at Bold Victory down at Keeneland. I know this race is a little on the slow side.
Aren't all of his races on the slow side? That was my problem with him.
Actually, they're not, but we'll get to that in a second. No, the answer is no.
Okay.
I understand there's a short price in here. We'll get to why. And claimed for 20, missed it. Linda claimed him for 50 last time. I was surprised to see her reach him for 50. But this is not a turf horse. This is a dirt horse. And you say his races are slow. What's wrong with his Prince of Wales race? What about his third, I know it was a long time ago, to Will Sing for Wine and Cousin Andrew? These are dirt races that would make him very, very tough in here. And as you know, there's very few trainers that do better off the claim with maidens than Linda Rice.
No, she's great. But so she's got to get a mile and an eighth. I know
Why
the
not?
mile and an eighth races are. Listen,
why would that horse have a problem getting a mile and an eighth?
I guess the horse can win.
I bet you a lunch. I'll take 15 over 6.
Okay. I'll take that.
77.
I will take that.
It's 70. It's, by the way, it's 77 for those that are counting at home. It will be 100 before the meet is over.
Very few people.
It will be.
If there are people out there that actually care that much about this,
it's not a question of that much. How much is that much? No, how much? Bigger than a bread box? Race number 3 off the turf. I think the question in race number 3 is we go to the videotape and look at Breakfast at Bonnie's breaking her maiden on a track like this, going shorter. She couldn't get the distance against tougher horses in her second start. Danny Gargan. That horse in the turf yesterday. This horse is just, I mean, you said it at Belmont, and I argued with you, and I was wrong, and you were right. I mean, this horse on paper is supposed to win this race.
This horse on paper is supposed to
win
really
this race.
put a beating on this
right,
field.
Supposed to go to the lead under Irad. And listen, Danny's going to win races, and he's going to win a lot of races. But right now, you're talking about a short-priced horse, and Anthony, your friends are a little bit rambunctious outside the set.
Ordinarily,
you're going to bring your friends.
I am doing everything I can to bet against a horse like this. But her debut over, like what you said, is with the moisture and sprinting 5.5.
It's going to win here.
It's going to win here. And
it's going to win. And win easily.
I don't like the fact that she's been scratched a couple of times. She has been away for a
while.
while.
Or was she entered MTO?
I thought she scratched once or twice.
She may have. You're usually right about that. I thought it was an MTO, but you may be right.
That bugs me, but it certainly looked like last time it was just too much real estate for her, and now she's cutting back and she gets the moisture in the track.
She was 35 cents the dollar, and we haven't seen her since March. So maybe the real estate, maybe something else.
Yeah.
I just can't pick her on top, Anth. I was going to, and I thought, you know what? After yesterday, I thought, gosh, that's 2 straight horses for Danny that have underperformed. Thought about what you said, and we talked about
that horse yesterday. To me, there was a big difference between the filling on the dirt Friday and Austrian yesterday.
What was the big difference?
Well, for me, I didn't think the filling on Friday was that good. I felt like that horse yesterday had to run better than he ran. And I think if you combine the two...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this before Friday. This was a weekend where he had a lot of live runners. And listen, it's Saratoga. It's very hard to win.
It's hard to win.
I'm not trying to pick on the guy.
But it's not like...
But he's a guy who wins.
That horse
and the other thing is, I know Chad Brown's got one win at the meet. He also lost by a nose in 2 races yesterday. He's 6 inches away, and one of them got a 106 buyer. And by the way, what's that horse? Bo
Liam.
Bo Liam got a 106 buyer beating Witzek. 106 buyer in a non-winner's.
How about the money that horse?
It's been a long time since we've seen that. Yeah, they know where these
that bonus pick 5, it was half the price of the next pick 5. And they knew. You know what else they knew?
But the doubles,
they knew Mahamel wasn't beating you and I yesterday.
He ran third. He ran fine. But by the way, Crowded Trade was a very narrow second choice in doubles, and he did scratch. I hear you, and I'm not. Okay, I know I picked Snicket, and I know that Snicket is a horse I've made fun of a great deal.
Yeah.
But he is clearly the right second horse, in my opinion.
Well, looks like there's some. If you don't
trust,
it does
feel like
there
may be some pace.
Yeah.
And it just feels like he's the kind of horse that might just get lucky and win. And he won't. The other thing about Snicket is he's not going to be super short in here. There are a lot of times he's been super short, and we've knocked him because he's a horse that doesn't like to win, and he's super short. And I was going to pick him second, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to let Breakfast at Bonnie's beat me at even money in this race. Listen, I also think the 16 Honey Money can win.
Well,
take a look at
my man
Money.
Wayne Potts claimed this horse, and he's striking while the iron's hot. He ran her back in 3 weeks, came back, she won. Ran her back in 16 days, she won. Bringing her back here now on just about 3 weeks.
But she's got to chase outside against Breakfast at Bonnie's.
She does. Yeah, I mean, her task is not enviable today.
But she's not impossible.
She's not impossible.
No.
She's not impossible.
I like Snicket a little bit.
I don't think Snicket's impossible.
Way the horse to beat in here. Beautiful Karen's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible either.
Race number 4. I threw a bunch of them up in the air here and saw which one landed first. Take a look at my top choice, Misty Vale for Tom Amos. You know what? This horse at 21-1 improved remarkably off the claim.
She ran.
She really improved.
Clearly the race of her life last time.
She runs that race. It's between her and Honor Hop. If Honor Hop runs her best race, I'll take my man Amos. Misty
now
Vale.
He's your man, Amos. Okay.
He's always been my man.
This
I
filly's
make fun
only
of him all the time.
Of course. This filly's only run twice on dirt, and she won. And then you're going to see this beat where she's 21-1, getting beat by a horse who wound up taking all the late money and going off the favorite that day in Tabor Hall. So it was a race that was dominated on the front end. They just knocked heads the whole way. Yeah, I thought it was her. I went to honor Hop. Got the win on the wet track, got the win going a mile and a quarter. And again, I think the mile and an eighth, we don't see as many mile and an eighth races as we used to see, and I think the mile and an eighth comes into play here, whereas Misty Vale does have to stretch that extra 16th of a mile. This filly, the filly I put on top, Honor Hop, has already won going a mile and a quarter, has the wet track win. I thought it gave her
racing a mile and a quarter?
Mile and an eighth.
You said she already won
she has the foundation. I mean, she's already won going a mile and a quarter.
We don't want to lead the kids astray with poor grammar. Think of the kids watching at home.
I'm very.
I'm not confident in anything.
Okay.
Here. I am not convinced that High Fashion can't win. I thought she ran a respectable race last time out. I don't think anybody here is that strong. Listen, Dale Roman's horse, Family Time. I know she's not the speed on paper, but you know that Joelle's going to be sending from the inside.
Especially from the rail, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that horse is going to go. Suspended Campaign ran a big race in the slop, 3 races back. So maybe that horse will run. Maybe she really likes a wet track like this. I'm not confident in anybody in this race. I
actually liked Honor Hop a lot today.
A lot?
Yeah.
Okay, Anthony likes the 6 a lot in here. Okay, you're on record.
Yep.
Race number 5 kicks off the pick 6. No carryover. We haven't had a carryover yet. $1 minimum.
Love the $1 minimum.
15% takeout with no carryover, no CAW play. You love what?
I love the $1 minimum. I've been preaching that for 25 years.
Okay. 2-year-olds, have at it. It's Cozy's attitude.
It's Cozy's attitude.
Misspelled, but it's
like the sources.
Cozy. Like the sources
work. Like the sources work tab. Like the sources wet track pedigree. We saw
wet track pedigree.
Yeah. Joel Rosario.
406 Tomlinson.
Joel Rosario and Charlie Baker already teamed up with a 2-year-old winner a couple of weeks back at Belmont Park. Yeah.
So this horse was part of an entry with a Charlie Baker horse that, as Anthony said, won back at Belmont. And I actually asked Charlie. Saw him in the paddock not long after that, because I had picked this horse. He thought the other one was more precocious. He thinks this one's okay, but he thought the other one might be a little more precocious.
Okay.
Doesn't mean he can't win. I would use the horse as well. I'm sticking towards the inside in here. I'm going to use the 1 Senbai. You've left Christophe Clement completely out. Have you lost your senses? This horse is a half to 4 foals, 3 of whom ran. The dam was kind of a cheaper 4.5 furlong horse. They paid $280,000. 3 or 4 from the dam were pretty good. Nice work. You've left Christophe Clement completely out. Why? Because Joel's not riding?
No.
Joel was named on the other horse the last time, so obviously he had a call on this horse. I think that's why he's riding the 6 and not Christophe.
I don't love this horse's work tab. Just 4 works. The last one out of the gate, I'm not a fan of that.
We got a lunch bet coming in this race.
Okay.
Some silly horse you've taken over this horse.
That was it.
Nah, you've got all horses that can win. It's a guess. I put the 2 Hot Rod Rumble on top. Steve Asmussen wins. They paid $325,000 for this horse. The 2 Hot Rod Rumble is a 2-year-old. 2 of the 6 foals were pretty good. The dam herself was okay. It's a lot of money to pay for a Midnight Storm. $325,000, and it just seems like these horses more often than not for Steve Asmussen win. You've got this one 4th.
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't like this horse's work tab either. Didn't like to work in the mud last time. It was out of the gate just a 39.
You saw it? You were there?
No,
We were at breakfast.
There's not much to like about third. I don't need to be there.
You do need
not
to be.
Much
You need,
to like.
you need to look. You need to see workout reports. Looking at them in paper doesn't really tell you the answer, does it?
I know there's nothing anybody's going to tell me about a 39-1 unless I was in the irons for the workout, and I can tell you definitively I wasn't.
But Steve Asmussen's horses all work so fast?
No, but they don't work like this and fire first out over a wet track where this horse has a work on a wet track that wasn't particularly good.
Isn't it good the horse worked on a wet track? Isn't that a good thing?
In theory.
Experience? Okay, we disagree. That's the first 5. The good news, we're just getting revved up.
We got 5 more.
Late pick 5 after a quick break to hear from our good friends at Saratoga Water.
Make business meetings exquisite. Make a weekend outing exquisite. Make a late night snack exquisite. Make a night on the town exquisite. For nearly 150 years, the Saratoga Spring Water Company has been producing the finest spring water available anywhere. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
Be honest. Did you miss us? We missed you. He's the big A, Anthony Stabile.
I am.
I'm Andy Serling.
He
How
is.
was breakfast this morning? By the way, in case you don't know this, Anthony is the host at breakfast at Saratoga every morning from 7 to 9:30.
Yes. We go. The microphone gets turned on around 7:30. I let you settle in. I don't want you to have any kind of reaction while you're eating breakfast. So I give you the first half hour. You know what? I'll tell you what. We probably had 75 to 100 people show up today. We had to cancel the trams because of the because of the rain and the weather in the backstretch. But we had plenty of great fans come out. They've been doing some trivia contests, giving away the training towel guides. We have some more stuff for more giveaways for some trivia contests starting on Wednesday. We'll have some handouts for the kids starting Wednesday as well. So come on out. Like Andy said, program starts at 7. There's a breakfast on the porch, buffet available for purchase. Come upstairs, paddock tour, tram tour, starting gate demonstration. A lot of fun.
Have you considered, as the meat wears on and you're wearing down a little bit, doing the Andy Kaufman and reading Catcher in the Rye during the morning?
I have a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite. It's one of the favorite things I do.
That's why I'm not doing it.
We didn't have a lot of kids come out the first couple of days at Belmont. It's a lot different at Belmont. It's mostly kids. Up here, it's predominantly adults, which is fantastic. I like when the kids come out. They learn the game a little bit more. We'll have some stuff for the kids starting Wednesday. So come on out. It's a real fun way to start the day.
No better way to start it with my main man here, Anthony Stabile. Race number 6. Okay, you've left him. I got to tell you, if Seth is watching this show, Seth Klarman's watching the show, I got to tell you.
Hold on a minute.
I'm surprised.
It's Sunday. I got to imagine he's watching today.
He could be busy. Unlike us, he actually occasionally has a bit of a life.
Okay.
I'm surprised. He must not have looked, because I would have gotten a text that you've completely abandoned this horse for
He really would have texted. That's great. He would have texted you this?
This is a complete betrayal on your part. This is 2 starts ago here at Saratoga coming up the rail. I admit.
This one's still in my mind, I think. That's what the problem is. This one's stung.
I watched this one here with 8 people at the track with Chad Brown. This was a frustrating beat for him.
I watched this one on the side of the thruway.
This horse had so much promise.
Oh.
Horse racing is a frustrating game for everybody. He can win here. You know, in fairness to him, he got a little stymied trying to close last time. It was a killer field last time. He's going to be short. I just didn't want to pick him on top. You've left him out of the top 4.
He's got to go 7/8.
Abandon your friend Chad
He's got to go 7/8.
You really are a despicable human being.
He's got to go 7/8 with 1 race in 10.5 months. He is going to be
so disappointed.
Fairly overbet today as well. I'm always rooting for my friends, but this horse at 2 to 1.
He's a little tough to take at a short
to take.
price. I don't disagree.
He's tough to
take.
take.
I put him 3rd. I didn't completely. He can win. So what did you do here?
I went to Fortuity. And for me, it was a coin flip between Fortuity and Handy, and you and I just basically have flip-flop top picks in here. I had a tough time with this race.
Here's what worries me about Fortuity.
Okay.
And, you know, it's funny. Sorry, not to interrupt you. Had I not put him there, I might have put him lower.
Okay.
My problem with him is he's not a real dirt horse.
He's not.
He's not a real dirt horse, and his dirt races are off the turf races. And
but they're all also on wet tracks. So I know he has that experience.
No.
You don't care
Anthony,
about that.
That's fine. It's not that I don't care about it. You're completely altering the point I'm trying to make. You don't have to agree with it, but you're on the point. One of the reasons a lot of times in off-the-turf races, those figures aren't reliable. You get a turf horse. He runs an off-the-turf race. He gets an 80 buyer. Then he runs. His trainer goes, oh, this is really a dirt horse. Runs him against 80 buyer types in a scheduled dirt race, and they run a 64 buyer because they're not really dirt horses. And you've got Fast Break. You've got Glory Road. You've got Free Enterprise. You've got Handy. These are all dirt horses. Live Your Beast Life. Respect for All. He's running against all dirt horses. He's going to be short. He can win. I got him second. I'm not. But I don't want this horse at a short price running against a bunch of dirt horses.
Okay. He's also running against some pretty big fields for off the turf races. 12, 8, and 8.
I'm just.
I think his best race
they're
was
8 and 8. They're 8 and 8.
I think his best race was there was a 12.
There's only one of his off the turf races though gives him a chance to win here.
And it was his most recent.
Gershwin, who's a good horse for Godolphin, and I'm not.
It was his most recent. It was his only one for trainer Mike Maker.
I know.
And it was only one. It was his only one in a mile. I think less distance might actually benefit the horse. I don't know if he wants to go that long. I think maybe a little.
That's just silly because he's only gone long in his life. So you use.
But
these,
hold on a second. But the one-turn race is his best race.
The problem I have with this, Anthony, is you use these more distance, less distance.
But I just told you why. His one-turn race is his best race.
Once again, I'm going to try to finish. You're
not letting me finish. His one-turn race is his best race. Okay. It's also his only dirt race for Maker.
Okay.
So I got to think with him
Anthony,
getting a little pace.
Missing I understand the reasons he can win, but you use distance as it suits the picks you've made.
I absolutely do not.
You do. You
absolutely
do.
This horse's best race was the one-turn mile.
Okay. I get all of this. The point I'm making is he's going to be a short price in here, and he's not a dirt horse.
How short do you think he's going to be?
5-2, 2-1. And he got an 88 buyer in his last race.
You think he's going to be a shorter price than Handy?
Yes.
Can we lunch bet that?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because people are going to, and rightfully so, people are going to see that he is not a traditional dirt horse. And this line is made with both of these horses in for turf.
Okay, we're making different points. I believe that this is an off-the-turf race that's basically a dirt race because the 1, the 2, the 8, the 10, the 12, and 13 are all dirt horses. The only turf horses in here are Fortuity and perhaps Malathal. Not Malathal. She's not running in here. She's running next.
She's not running in here. Malthial.
And by the way, Malthial is a claim by Mike Maker and a horse that used to run well in the dirt. I've given up too, Anthony. You know I like this horse.
It's very, yeah, I mean.
I just feel like with Handy, it's Diodoro. He's got legitimate dirt races, and I just think he's a logical horse for Diodoro in this race. It's more, I want dirt horses. Can Live Your Beast Life remember it? At least he showed a smidgen of life last time.
Talk about loyalty, by the way. You have Chad and Live Your Beast Life on the board, and I have neither of them. You know he's my boy.
Well, Live Your Beast
I don't know what happened to him this year, Andy. No, I know, but I was a fan of his. I picked him in the Preakness last year.
I know you did. That was a good pick.
I don't know what's happened.
I know.
But
he ran a little bit. He ran at least a smidgen last time.
But the two before that.
I get it. He looks like.
And now he's in for the tag, and they're cutting him back to the 7.
No.
Good luck to him.
I hear you. Believe me, I hear you.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, I hear you. I think this race is a bit open. That's all. But I'm not. I don't think your points are wrong about the 8. I just think that he's a turf horse running against dirt horses.
Okay.
That's the problem I have at a short
Fair
race.
enough. Tell you another thing, too. Speaking of Tom Amoss, first off the claim, the 2 Glory Road.
Yeah, let's talk. Do we have a stat for him?
He's supposed to
we have a stat for him. Thank you for
really
that.
like a wet track. His pedigree says he's going to really, really like a wet track.
You remember his first win?
No, but I should, right?
He won his debut. Those are pretty heady stats for Tom Amoss, turning back off the claim, and he's turning back 7 furlongs. He was trained by Todd Pletcher for his first start, which you actually can't even see here.
Right.
And he was a first-time starter, and he got up to win by a dirty head over your friend and mine, Rob Masiello's horse, who I picked. I'll Defend You.
Oh, yes.
It was like 17-1.
Oh, wow, this was that horse. Wow, I
had the
forgot
exacta, because I'll Defend You actually just got up for second. There was a Lucas horse in front, and they were both coming at him. And finally, I'll Defend You, and then Glory Road came and beat him. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I thought that was a little interesting.
I like that movie, Glory Road, with it's about the Haskin, the coach. Is it Texas? So, they played in the national championship.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh Lucas plays the coach. That's a good movie. I like that movie. I love those movies. All right. Fast break's not impossible either. First time Rob Atras. That's the thing. There's a lot going on in here.
Yeah, a lot going on.
For an off-the-turf race, there's a lot going on in that race, especially. Race number 7. We are going to show you a race involving a horse that will stumble. The horse was okay and is running today, and the rider, Irad Ortiz, is back aboard. That's equal pay. And we're showing it to you because we've shown it before on the air. The horse was fine. Never seen anything like this in my life. The track used to do the same thing to me.
I've never seen that ever in my life.
That race got around a 79 buyer or something, maybe even higher, 80-ish buyer. And this horse looked to be on
well on her way to a bigger figure than
winning
that.
For fun,
Yes.
getting close to a 90 buyer. This is not a bad field, but
it's not. But one of the lightly raced horses,
this horse is going to
one of the
supposed to be
firsts are
gone.
really going to have to. I mean,
this horse runs back to her first race. She's not deterred by that incident, and she just apparently just like crossed her legs. And
I thought she crossfired at one point, but then when you go back and watch the replay, it never really. I don't know if she clipped her own. It was. I have never seen it.
Crazy.
I've been watching races for 40 years. I've never seen it in my life. So, but yeah, I mean, she was on her. She was going to sail that day.
Yes, but
I would have to
like,
imagine that one of these firsters or one of these second-time starters really going to have their running shoes on if she comes back with an effort close to that.
The horse that we both have second, Perfect Grace, she's no slouch. I get it. I don't disagree with you. I think Equal Pay is probably going to win this race. She runs her first race, what she would figure to have done in that first race. She's going to win this race. But this horse is not a bad horse.
No,
she's not bad. That last race pretty good. There's a chance that race they beat the third horse by 15. Look where the others are. The winner of that race is legit. I got no problem with this race.
I think my problem with her is like you.
You have her second.
Listen, my problem with her is I feel like Equal Pay. I feel like she had a pretty good trip first time out, and she kind of gave up an easy enough lead second time out, and now she's running into a filly that if she didn't get in her own way last time, could have been looking at stakes up here this summer.
Even as Equal Pay 2-1, I think she'll be even money. But
yeah, I mean,
I think you're underestimating the 9. You've got her second. I think you're a little underrating her. Now, apparently the 7, and I heard this. I talked to my friend Nick Hammer this morning. He said 7's working very, very well. It's a very strong family the 7 comes from. Very strong family. And when Mott wins with his firsters, they're usually fillies on the dirt.
It's got to go 7 first time out. That's a tough task.
So Bill knows that.
And
you used to like
Bill.
Bill.
I was
you
going
have
to say.
So turned on Bill.
That
Mott.
is what I was going to say. Bill knows that.
Eddie Barker, Bill
Mott,
they used to be your friends. Seth,
Bill
everybody's
knows
out
that.
with you. You've wiped the slate clean.
Bill knows that.
Wayne Potts is your new man. Wayne Potts and Kelly Green. Because John Hatfield, really, Wayne Potts and John Hatfield have just pushed all the others aside.
Bill knows that.
It knows it's true.
Bill knows that, but she's still got to go out there. She still go out there.
When's Bill's birthday?
Bill's birthday is 2 Thursdays, not this Thursday coming, the following Thursday. Is that accurate?
30th?
29th. Is it a Wednesday?
You're right. That's the 29th.
No, it's the 29th. It's the third Thursday. We opened on the 15th.
Something special this year, the way you've turned on him. I'm scared of
So
Moonshine. Looks like we forgot one. There's another firster named Mezcal. For those of you who don't know the dam of Mezcal, as they say, let's go to the videotape. The dam Catherine Sophia, she won the Kentucky Oaks back in 2016, and this is her first foal. So if you're wondering why this horse costs a lot, she was a runner. John Service, right?
Yep.
She was a runner.
She was good. She was a nice filly.
Very good horse. Very crushes the field here in the Oaks. Look at this.
Big win in the Oaks.
Smashing from post number 12, I believe.
Yes. Her and Karina Mia were faster than Songbird, despite the fact that Songbird thrashed them every time she ran against them. But I digress. Yeah, first fall. She was a nice filly.
She won the Kentucky Oaks. Songbird. Where was
Songbird?
Sick.
She was sick.
Oh, she was sick.
Yeah.
She was fourth.
She was in the middle of a 10-race win streak. But
Why
yeah, she won the
bringing up
Kentucky Oaks.
Songbird? Okay.
It's on.
It's on. As Tom Amos would say, it's on.
That's fine. Me and a friend of mine joke about how everybody would talk about Karina Mia and how they were going to bet like how much faster they were, and then every time they ran against each other, she was 1-5. She was 1-5.
I need Karina Mia one day.
The day
in the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Sprint, when she should have won and she went to the dead rail. Yeah.
That was brutal.
Race number 8.
This was my good scratch, you said?
Oh my God. Anthony liked the 4. I mean, I shouldn't embarrass him, but Anthony actually.
I had the 4 on it. I want to affiliate a price that was in good form. That's all.
This is like somebody up there smiling.
Dude, they're scaring. This field's scaring you away.
Ray, let Anthony know how lucky he was.
This field is scaring you away.
She wasn't winning. Pleasure Luck, who you have on top, though. I had a premonition that your awful pick would scratch and this pick would come up. Go ahead. You want to comment?
She's just run against. She's just run against.
Let's
some
talk about the race
fillies,
we're watching. I'm sorry. 1 sec. She tried to get outside. Luis Saez would not let Jose Ortiz out. And so he was forced to go up the inside. The inside was good this day, to be fair. But it's a tough thing to do to rally up and get it done. And Todd's horse was running on this day.
Especially when
she didn't run
was
her next start, but she was running on this day.
She was trying to get outside, and then she got, like you said, forced down in there. She made 2 moves. And I thought it was a big effort. And then if you look back at some of the horses she ran into, Brattle House, she ran into Teetotaler, she ran into Make Mischief. Make Mischief's hit the board in open company stakes this year.
Are you worried at all, though? The second worst race she ever ran was on a wet track?
Yeah, but it also was going the mile. And I don't know how much ground she wants. Because the race 2-3 back was at the mile too, and she probably wasn't as effective.
14 buyer points faster on a mile on a dry track. So I'm going to say there's some holes in that argument.
But her last race was good.
Selective wet track.
No, her last race was good. Her race off of a June layoff when she broke her maiden, I think was better, even though the figure doesn't say it was, than the mile race. And I think I know the race last time was better. So yes, I think less ground is going to help her. I am fearful of the wet track. But again, I was originally picking her second and trying to get some value home on the top end of the thing.
Why was the 4 going to be value? She's coming off 2 wins. Why would that present value?
Well, because they're going to bet Betsy Blue off the stakes face. They're going to bet Timely Tradition against
off
Open Company.
Line? Anybody know? Jose, do you
Diva Banker was 6-1.
What price Betsy Blue? 4-1.
4-1. 4-1. Awesome. Debates 5-2. I was going to get 6-8-1 on her today.
Okay. Fortunately, now you'll keep your money.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
I just won't. Well, we won't know if I'm keeping it.
I think the theme of this race, all kidding aside, is horses you trust. And I think one of the reasons to like a horse like Pleasure Luck is she's a younger, improving horse. And I think that's another reason to like Betsy Blue. And we'll take a look at her win in the Bowery. And she is too slow on figs. And this is not usually the kind of horse I pick. But I'll tell you something. It has nothing to do with the wet track, by the way. It's looking at that field she ran against last time. The 5th horse, the Clement horse, came back and improved her buyer figure 20 points. I feel as though she smashed Secret Love, who's a better horse than the figure suggested in that race. Maybe she didn't run.
I agree.
She smashed her. And I'm wondering if this is a better race than it looks. And this is one of these horses that's improving for Linda Rice, who has great numbers off wins, particularly in dirt sprints. And Betsy Blue might just be an improving horse at the right time. And today's the day to get a fair enough price on her. Because obviously Timely Tradition can win this race. She, from memory, she'll run a circle around this field. But she was so bad last time, I don't know what to do with her.
And it's a combination where I don't even know if it's just last time, and she's just kind of fallen off form overall. The race.
Well, no.
The
race at Sea
back,
Churchill was actually pretty good. That was a quick pace that she chased. Her race 3 back was good behind Shubwagon, even if the 88's a little high, and it's in the low 80s. It's competitive to win this race. That last race.
She's 7 years old now. She's going in for the tag. I mean, I kind of think think it struck midnight.
Well,
that's just my opinion.
But a year ago she ran for 25,000. It just feels like she's reverting back. She can still win this race. You can tell me she can't win this race?
I'm telling you she can win this race, but I'm telling you that I do believe she is going to take more money than I want to be. She's going to be too short. No. She won't be 4-1. She won't be 4-1.
I'll take David's line. But anyway. The horse on the outside, Awesome Debate, see, she's the one that I think is phonied up because those 2 big figs in the middle of the winter are phony figs where she got biases and slow paces. And she didn't run badly last time out, but it's not like Fierce Lay's come back and done anything tremendous out of that effort. It sort of justified the race.
But if Timely Tradition can't run anymore.
She can win. I got her second. I'm not.
She's going to have the run of this race.
Well.
Because she's going to be sitting off a horse that hasn't done much running in her last 2 starts, or she's going to be in front. There's, Diva Banker brought the versatility to the table too. She could have beat you on the front end. She could come from off the pace.
Aren't you concerned she's just? Do you trust Awesome Debate?
No, I don't trust Awesome Debate, but especially now with the scratch, and I didn't know that coming in, but you kind of figure she's going to be laid up on the pace. She's going to be laying no worse than 3rd, even with Diva Banker in the race. She kind of gets the right trip now with Timely Tradition going to the lead, and she's sitting 2nd, or she gets the run of the race. Now, you got to worry that the Gargan Barn's cold. She's probably going to be the favorite in here. But,
no, I've got her second.
Yeah.
You and I didn't see this race that differently.
No, we didn't.
But I think that the 3 and 7 might be the horses that have upside. And I think there's a distinct possibility horses like the 5, 6, and 8 have downside.
Listen, we each took one of the 3-year-olds in the race. I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Race number 9 off the turf for the Coronation Cup. It's just like the second year. We've had a lot of off the turfs on the Coronation Cup. We've been lucky.
I don't know if it came off the turf last year. I remember 2 years ago we ran it in a bog.
Right. Oh, we ran a bog. Then it was last year.
I think Asmussen and Santana won it.
Came off.
Maybe last year it came off.
I think you're right. Make a great point.
Thanks.
Coronation Cup's Dam. Coronation Cup's a half to that guy.
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, she's a half to him. Sea Hero. Her Dam Glowing Tribute won the Diana. Her sister, Glowing Honor, won the Diana twice. Her sister, Wild Applause, her half-sisters, I should say, won the Diana once. Danger's Hour, Hero's Honor. The Glowing Tribute, she may be one of the great brood mares of all time, produced Coronation Cup. Unfortunately, will be on the dirt, and I imagine that was just fine with Ian Wilkes. Mischieful, last time out.
She was good. She was good, right to the top, fast race, just kept on going. And, it's not, it was her best race and it was her fastest race, but it's not like this race came from out of nowhere. She ran well enough at Gulfstream. She followed up at Keeneland, just getting beat to a minor stakes horse and an inject in the Midwest. And she's supposed to, under Jose Lezcano, just go to the top in here and just going 5.5 furlongs, just crow hop around there.
She is, forget about the morning line. It's irrelevant.
She's 2 to 5, right?
She's just on paper. She's supposed to win this race. They don't run races on paper, or as Greg Wolf says, they run them on TV. But she's supposed to win this race. I'm going to use Farsighted. I like Farsight a little bit over Going Good. It's close. I went 2.94, which means the 6 will be 4th. You went
second.
2.4.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say.
No.
I mean, I think Farsighted is more of a dirt horse than the 4. I know the 4 ran very well in a sloppy race at Oaklawn, to be fair, getting behind a good horse. But I feel like the 9's more of a dirt horse, so I prefer that horse.
Well, she's always run. All 7 starts have come on the dirt. Going Good's only race was off the layoff in the slop. The problem is, I'm not looking to bet a 2-4 at $3.
I have an important question.
Sure.
Are you staying in Saratoga during the break? 2 days off?
This time, yes.
So we should possibly consider a mini golf game.
Sure.
We should do like a mini golf event for charity or something. We should figure something out. Well, we're definitely betting with the loser giving money to the TRF.
That's fine.
We're definitely doing that. We'll both give money to the TRF, but we should do something. We have to. I've discovered those mini golf places up by exit 20 and 21.
I'm going home next weekend, but then after that, I don't really have any plans to go home.
Maybe we may.
It's
nice out one tomorrow or Tuesday.
Okay.
Anything else we can drag into it? If we go up there, we might be able to get a friend of ours who lives up in Lake George while working here in Ireland.
Right, yeah, right. Well,
Bryce,
I was told last night after the races that my friend just didn't feel like driving home. In the middle of a 16-hour day, I had to hear, I just don't feel like driving home.
What is that point? Anyway, let's move on to race number 10.
So
mini
ridiculous.
Golf. Mini golf. Anthony and I have a big mini golf date coming up. I think we do it early. We could do 2,
36. You think I'm up for 36?
No, I mean 2 different days. 2 different days. Different dark
for
days.
sure. For sure.
If
36 in one day, I don't know.
Oh, we could play 2 mini golfs.
Of course.
Sure.
Ocean City, New Jersey, I've played as many as 4 in one day.
John Kagamis has a call, apparently. You want to get your phone? Johnny?
John, I'm not here.
Don't worry. We're a little busy, but don't worry. Take your call. He needs a louder phone. Race number 10.
They heard him in Schenectady just now.
Race number 10. You turned on your man Bill Mott again.
Here we go. Everything's turned.
It's true.
Why do you have to make everything so combative?
It's a fact. They know it. I know it. They know it.
Who's they?
Everyone watching, the trainers, all your friends out the window. You've turned them all for Wayne Potts. Before you, here's the debut down at Tampa Bay. If this horse before you runs either her debut or her second race, she'll win this race from here to Lake George.
She's in for $20,000.
Yeah, she was a bad buy. She's a $17,000 yearling purchase. She was a bad buy. She ran a 56 buyer in her debut and a 65 in her second start.
She's not running for 50. She's not running for 30. She's running for $20,000. She's gone today. She's claimed. She's not going home.
I'm sure they may have to get tears shed.
They
Barry
may have
Schwartz
to get.
Probably won't be
they
able
may
to
have to get the second.
Be consoled after
They may
this
have to
race.
get the second set of pills out for her today for $20,000.
By the way, we'll get to it after we discuss this. Shirley Green. Do you have a friend named Shirley or
No.
something? Mr.
Shirley's
Green?
Deli was great. Shirley's Jewish Deli was
that
great.
the place you used to get me those
No,
pastrami
that was
sandwiches?
that was in a Sapienza's. No,
what he used to pay the
Shirley was in
lunches off.
Lindenwood. I used to pay the lunches. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Blinkers.
Of course, ran big last time.
Second off the claim, Joel.
You're getting tips from 10 Strike Racing
I
or
got
something?
nothing. I got nothing.
You're right. You got
I just
nothing.
didn't want.
Okay.
I don't want. I don't want a Kitten's Joy.
I want the 10 and 9.
Okay.
I didn't see anybody else I wanted here.
They ran the 9. They ran the 9 a mile and.
Okay, I tell you what. We bet a
first
lunch.
time.
I'll take 9 over 6.
Sure.
Okay, we have a sponsor for the golf mini golf. 3 Diamonds.
Of course we do.
3 Diamonds will sponsor the mini golf charity event, but Kirk Wyckoff says he has to have one of us as his partner. So we'll have a team. So we need a 4th.
We could
Okay, we're in.
side. So it's you and Kirk,
Me and Kirk.
and me and This is like
a
WWE.
player to be named
This is like a
later.
player. This is like
Player to be named later.
And his partner.
Okay, we're on, Kirk.
We're on.
We're on. He's not here though until next week.
At the Big Ace Stabile. Send me some tweets. Come see me at the track. This is a big partner. This is big. I get to select my tag team
It's open
partner.
to bid. It's been a rough first weekend for both of us, in case you haven't
If
noticed.
Witzel got up yesterday,
Actually-
we'd all been fine. But yes, it's been a tough first week.
All right. It's been fun. We got
Yes.
10 to go today. A little rain. Don't let the rain dampen your spirits. Still Saratoga. No better. A rainy day at Saratoga is still better than a nice day anywhere else. Head over to Naira Bets. If you're not a member, use the promo code SPA200, NairaBets.com. Become a member. Sign up for Naira Bets. Keep the money in the game. Support racing in New York. We have a promo today. 1, 1, and 2 equals 4. If you hit... You got to opt in. I got a headache. You read this
If
one.
you hit the pick 6 at Saratoga, you'll share in 1,000. If you hit the pick 6 at Del Mar, you'll share in 1,000. If you hit the pick 6 at both, you'll split an extra 2,000.
1,
So
1, and 2 equals 4. Opt in.
fire away.
Also, the low rollers. You still have 40 minutes.
Go see Roy.
To sign
Go see
up.
Ray. Roy.
Ray and Jay. The Ray
See
and
Ray
Jay
and
show.
Jay.
Jay is the guy who looks like Silent Bob. Don't be scared. He's
I
nicer
call
than
this
he
guy Roy
seems.
just now.
Ray
St.
is
John's
very
graduate.
nice. $40 buy-in, $30 live money, 10 in the prize pool. A lot of fun. Know a lot of people will play. It's a good time. Thursdays and Sundays here at the Spa.
You want to know why everybody else has gotten moved out? Because Wayne Potts is the only one who just texted me and said he'll be my partner for the
You ready?
charity
You ready?
mini golf tournament.
Well, let's tell Wayne Potts the deal. Okay, $5,000 to TRF to the loser. He's got to match 3 diamonds. So if Wayne's still in for the 5 dimes, he's good. Your new man. You know what? Bill Mott might want to get involved with this. Maybe he can do it. If Wayne doesn't want to go for the 5,000, maybe Bill Mott will go for the 5,000, and he can become your new best friend again after you turned him over
Here
for
we
Wayne
go.
Potts.
All right, so it's 5,000. So there we
30
go.
years of friendship
It's
down
out
the
there
drain.
now.
Wayne Potts moves in 3 months later. Bill Mott, Chad Brown, Eddie Barker, guys you've known forever. Wayne Potts, you're the new sheriff in
Even
town for the Big
Clement's
Ace
kind of
deal.
falling off the cliff a little bit.
Bill, you got my simp. Actually, Bill, you caught a break. Anyhow, it's been fun. Johnny I will be up next to reprise the scratches and changes.